If I had some medical condition that emerged, if the doctors came to me and said, you got this problem, that problem. But I made a serious mistake in the whole debate. And look, when I originally ran, you may remember it, I said I was going to be a transitional candidate. And I thought that I'd be able to move from this, just pass it on to someone else. But I didn't anticipate things getting so divided. And quite frankly, I think the only thing age brings a little bit of wisdom. And I think I've demonstrated that I know how to get things done for the country.
A bullet couldn't stop Trump. A virus just stopped Biden. You've got the nominees of this party getting their butts kissed. Biden's getting his butt kicked by his own party. The Democrats are coming apart. The Republicans are coming together.
Biden can't seem to catch a break, huh? So, as you saw from the intro, Biden got COVID, and also there's been Biden is seemingly more receptive to stepping down. Biden is now receptive to end the presidential campaign, greenlighting Harris for nomination reports. And this is interesting because a lot of Democrats, top Democrats like Chuck Schumer, I believe Adam Schiff, also like these well-known, recognizable Democrats, are now beginning to voice their opposition to to Biden. And apparently they had a fiery phone call. But before that, I wanted to hit at this criticism that many people on the supposed left has on the mainstream media. Because as you saw from the intro, I had Van Jones saying that how the Republican Party is coming together, the Democratic Party is coming apart, a bullet couldn't stop Trump, but COVID stopped Biden. And these people are pissed off. They'll be the same people saying that, oh, look, the mainstream media is kissing up to Trump, the Keith Olbermans of the world, right? But look at this clip here. And tell me if the mainstream media is kissing up to Trump or still trying to play cover for Biden.
Question that I have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
It should.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
It should.
So I don't know if the mainstream media is supposed to be all about Trump and supposed to be singing Trump's praises. I wouldn't even see that. Like, I wouldn't even see them try to make an attempt like this about trying to equate Biden's ability to bounce back from COVID with Trump's ability to bounce back from a bullet. And she already admitted in the same clip that it's not an equivalency, but she's trying to insinuate that you can make some similarities with that, right? It's like, in my view, as if I'm making just political, because I know Joy Reid's political, I know Joy Reid's tribal, I know Joy Reid's on the left as a Democrat. I could see this as a spin job trying to make Biden catch up to what's going on with Trump. Because right now she's seeing that Trump is being praised as a hero, as an overcomer, as an inspiration. She don't like that. So she's trying to give Biden that same level of shine, right? And I know you guys probably saw my video of Joy Reid saying that it's humiliating to be a conservative. And I found an interesting clip that Biden had with the BET television. And I want you guys to listen in on this.
And so it's all about treating people with dignity. And it's about making sure that, look, I mean, for example, look at the heat I'm getting because I named the Secretary of Defense, a black man. I named Ketanji Brown. I mean, because of the people I've named. And so it's all about...
So if you didn't catch that, he was talking about his Secretary of Defense and he couldn't remember his name, so he just called him the black man. And then you expect me to believe that he picked Kamala Harris because she was qualified, bro. And some people in the mainstream media think that Kamala would like destroy JD Vance in a debate. And me, I'm always about you can talk as much ish as you want, but it's all talk until you actually get in the ring, right? The mainstream media seems confident that she can debate JD Vance, and I think the debate ain't gonna go the way they think it's gonna go. That's just my thoughts. Let's look at the clip of them saying that Kamala will probably they're praying for the debate the same way that they prayed for a debate with Biden and Trump. Remember the narratives around that? Before I go into the clip, remember the narratives around that? Oh, Biden's gonna destroy Trump, and then June happened. What happened? Now the mainstream media does. We got to replace Biden, but they were so confident before. I'm telling you, the analogy. The leftist is like the dude on the sidelines talking all kind of crap. Oh, you want to do that against me? Oh, yeah, crossover weak. Oh, you can't shoot. Da 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 da. If I guard you, ain't scoring a point. They get on the court. The reality is they can't compete with you. They were just fluffing themselves up. And I think this is what's going on here. It's a fluff job to my opinion, because I could show you another example of how Tulsi Gabbard destroyed Kamala. And that's all JD Vance had to do. But I digress. Let's listen to this clip of the mainstream media giving Kamala Harris her praises.
I watched all of her speeches for the last 2 weeks.
She's been fantastic.
I thought she was fantastic 4 years ago.
Right.
Anyone that hasn't watched, I hope that JD Vance today challenges Kamala Harris to 6 debates, because she would wipe the floor with him. She's hidden for whatever I will stay out of what the Democrats decide to do for the top of the ticket. But if they make a I watched all of her speeches for the last 2 weeks.
She's been fantastic.
She's fantastic. I don't think she's fantastic, but this is the work that JD Vance possibly is going to give Kamala, right? Because there's a reason why Kamala lost her primaries. There's a reason why Kamala is not president, but she's such a good debater. Okay, the woman of word salad is what I call Kamala Harris.
Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep...
And then the funny part is, people will be like, oh, there's a two-tier justice system. Like black people say it's a two-tier justice system. My argument is it's mostly ran by Democrats. You saw it in the display with Trump. Alvin Bragg don't want to prosecute people who are hurting people, throwing people over the subways, but he want to prosecute people that try to save people from getting harmed. He want to prosecute people that happen to be politically convenient for him. Two-tier justice system. Democrat. Kamala Harris, prosecutor, Democrat, withholding evidence that could have freed a man. Laughing maniacally at somebody for doing something that you did. Rules for thee, but not for me. That's the Democratic Party. But God forbid I bring this stuff up, and now I'm an Uncle Tom Coon sellout. You only hear one side of the story, but then you want to pretend you're as informed as I am. Make it make sense, Black America. But it's humiliating to be a Black conservative. Okay. Seems like y'all projecting here, but that I digress. So let's listen in more on the news of Biden possibly dropping out, because it seems like the pressure campaign for Biden to drop out is growing and growing and growing. And that's not really stopped. Democrat voters, y'all can't be mad, right? We were talking about Trump for a while. We were talking about the RNC. And then the media brought Biden back because, these people, Democrats are really concerned about them losing their seats because it's all about themselves. They're scared that they're going to lose their congressional seats, their Senate seat, if Joe Biden's top of the ticket, because they believe how Joe Biden performs is going to negatively affect them. This is all it is. This is why the calls for Biden continues to keep growing in the background and why the media has to cover it. But you're going to pretend that the media is intentionally doing this. The media don't want to cover them. The media don't want to cover Democrats. The media want to stay on Trump like they did for the past 6 months. But they cover your guy for 2 weeks and y'all mad. Make it make sense. You can't handle 2 weeks of scrutiny, but you expect Trump to handle 6 months of it. And you think it's well-deserved, too. Well, it's well-deserved that Biden's getting all this pressure to drop out, too. But, I digress. Let's get back into let's get into some of the clips.
Reporting into CNN this hour showing just how tense things have gotten between a defiant Joe Biden and key members of his party. Sources tell me that the president lashed out at Congressman Jason Crow in a Saturday call with House Democrats. That happened after the Colorado moderate relayed voters' concerns about the president's vigor and strength, especially when it comes to the world stage. Biden, I'm told, got so upset with Crow's blunt assessment that at one point he said, quote, "cut that crap out," and told Crow he could walk away if he wants. My friends and colleagues are back here. Just going to give you a little bit more of information from this call. Some of it had been previously been reported, but I'm getting new details. Leanne, what Jason Crow said to the president in this call was Americans want a commander-in-chief who can project strength, vigor, and inspire confidence at home and abroad. They need to feel that you have the helm when they go to bed each night, despite your many successes and the dangers of Trump. We are seeing overwhelming evidence in our districts that many voters are losing confidence you can do this in a second term.
Losing confidence. Many voters are losing confidence. That's what he cares about, really. Because these moderate Democrats, they don't live in Democratic strongholds like the Adam Schiffs of the world. Who else? AOCs of the world. So they can't afford any mess up. So that's why they're incentivized to call Joe Biden out, right? So if your own party don't have confidence in you, and then you expect, oh no, Democrats need to stick together. Van Jones' point in the beginning of this video, in the intro, was correct. This is why the Democrats are falling apart, because they have no confidence in Joe Biden. And last time I checked, if you don't have confidence in yourself, how do you expect other people to have confidence in you? And this is why I think the concerns for Biden is growing and growing. And I actually think now more than ever that he may not make it to the convention. We may have a different nominee for the Democratic Party by the convention, or at the convention for that matter. Who knows? Because I don't know how Joe Biden squares this. Moderate Democrats are the most at risk for losing their seats, and they're the ones making the most noise. Now you got the Democrats with the big name like Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, publicly calling him, hey, I don't think you have it anymore, Biden. You have to drop out. Now he's more open to the idea, oh, Jill ain't going like this. But I don't know what to tell you guys. It went to Trump for like 3 days, and then Biden. Let's continue finishing this video, and then I'll give you my final thoughts.
It's not fair, but it's true. Very, very blunt and very direct. Yeah. And here is what I'm told happened after that. I'm told the president responded to Crow, an Army Ranger, we should note, who served 2 tours in Afghanistan and 1 in Iraq, that he knows Crow is a Bronze Star recipient like Biden's son, Beau, but that he didn't rebuild NATO, meaning Crow. According to 2 sources familiar with the call, the exchange got even more contentious when Crow pushed back on the president, who also argued that NATO leaders are supportive of him. Now, Crow told the president that he needs to understand that voters aren't seeing him that way.
And this is something that like a lot of Democratic strategists don't want to admit. I forgot the guy named Sellers. I forgot his name. The one that argued with Ben Shapiro. I'm going to do a video on that soon. That he's like, oh, look, Biden's doing such a good job. And he was like, and Ben Shapiro went back and he just reacted and said, majority of Americans don't agree with you. Like, Joe Biden's not doing a good job. This inflation is kicking everyone's ass. Inflation's down compared to what? Biden came in 2021. That's when inflation started. When Biden came in, inflation was only 1.4%. During his first 2 years. Remember, highest inflation in 40 years, Joe Biden, that was you. But inflation is down compared to what? That's my question to any Democrat that want to flaunt the economy and inflation. Crime is down. What do you mean crime is down? You don't see what's going on? A lot of people say that crime is reportedly down, but the top 27 of the top 30 states with the highest crime rate are run by Democrats. And in these Democratic strongholds, they're soft on crime, reporting is down. People are not reporting instances of crime as often. That's in the backdrop of this crime is down narrative. Is people ain't reporting crimes because there's not enough resources, either not enough resources or people don't have no trust in the police force to actually get anything done about it. Look at California. Benny Johnson did a video, I remember, that his car got broken into by being in and out. How many police reports that should have been reported but didn't get reported because everyone's like, no, the police can't do nothing. It's under 500. It's not considered a crime. You raise the bar of what's considered a crime, and then you're like, oh yeah, crime is down. You're fudging the numbers. Your methodology is flawed, in my view. But this is what Democrats are going to run with. Remember, I told you in this video, in my last video, that whoever listens to the voters will win. Because honestly, the voters are seeing one thing, and the media is trying to propagandize people to believe a narrative that Joe Biden's presidency is good, that is successful. No, it's not. Everyone in their own individual lives has noticed a downward spiral of quality of life. I noticed it. I noticed it to the point where that I had to get a new job just to maintain the same standard of living that I had 2 years ago, 3 years ago even. You can't convince me of this narrative that the economy is strong when you got college graduates today struggling to find a job out of college. That don't sound like a strong economy to me. It sounds like a lie that the media and Democrats are trying to tell themselves.
At one point, Biden told Crow to cut that crap out, and that if Crow wants to walk away from him, then he can walk away.
Yeah. So that call happened Saturday, as you mentioned. It's with a new Democratic coalition where many of those members are frontline members. Those are the ones who represent swing states. They call themselves the majority makers of the Democratic Party. And the readout I got of that call is that it was intense, that Biden, quote, screamed at Crow, and that it was absolutely a disaster, that these members had been extremely concerned that President Biden is not hearing what he needs to hear, that his small circle of people are keeping him so separated from what the Democratic Party, elected officials, donors, and voters think, that this was their opportunity to tell the president that directly. And as you reported, Dana, it did not go over very well. And we see that the president is still entrenched and sticking in. And so is the campaign is behind him and his team. But this is not going away. A lot of the attention is on this Republican convention. And there is still so much frustration and nervousness among Democrats.
Yeah, because after Thursday, after Trump gives his last speech, expect a full-on media blitz on Biden. Because they're going to be like, yo, we got to get this guy out right now. Because it's our turn. Our convention is coming in August. So expect a full-on blitz on Biden if he doesn't drop out. If I got to give a percentage, Kenny, how confident or where you at of Biden dropping out, I'll say 51%. I'm not really confident. I don't know. Because I'm weighing Biden's ego. Like, who wants to willingly step down? I mean, he already conceded a medical issue, but for many of us, we think he already has a medical issue. It's just not public, but that's just us speculating. And then a part of me is like, he's going to care about his legacy. Because when you're older, you care about your legacy. That's what made Trump run. He's worrying about his legacy. Yo, what kind of country are we going to leave behind? Biden's thinking about what kind of histrionics are they going to say about me if I stay in the race and we end up losing. I think those are the two conflicts that Biden is weighing right now to make his decision. And I don't know what will win in the end, but let me hear your speculation in the comment section below. What do you think will happen in the time coming after the RNC convention? And do you think that Joe Biden will drop out before the convention or at the convention or before the convention? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.